My son, he's been teaching him how to drive. My youngest, yeah.
What's going on, King J?
Just trying to keep up my regiment, man. It's an early morning show.
In
Early morning show.
Nigeria alone, I was telling Malcolm this. In Nigeria alone, there are over 400 different languages and tribes in Nigeria alone.
Oh
So
wow.
so
Wow.
the main language that they speak in Nigeria is English, but they have, just like Jamaicans have patois, Nigeria have pidgin English. Lagos.
Lagos, basically 23 million people. So by comparison, the largest city in India, New Delhi, 32 million.
Mm.
Largest city in the United States, New York, 10 million. They're not doing New York Metro, 10 million. Largest city in China, Shanghai, 26 million. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Let's move quickly. Marlon, thanks for joining. To recap, Joe, your nickname is Joe Robot, not Robot Joe. You're the human first, the robot second. Okay. Jay, Preacher Boy Jay. Marcus want to call you Pretty Boy Jay. Preacher Boy Jay. Liam gave you his fake nickname. He couldn't tell you his real nickname. He couldn't tell. And Travis, you the comedian. We got a team. Everybody's here, unique, different.
Hey, Malcolm, I'm the alien. I'm just letting you know that. I'm the alien.
You're the alien? Okay. You're the alien. Okay.
I'm not human.
Not human. Again, we're embracing Eager Day, which comes out of Nigeria, the largest country in Africa, largest city in Africa. It's 23 million or 15 million, whatever it is. It just helps us to identify with something bigger than something like, being Black in Georgia. Speaking of which, last night, Barack Obama came to Atlanta, delivered a speech on Herschel Walker. Not even like Herschel Walker's white. He's not. He's Black, running against Roy Not Black. To be honest, guys, something even in my own home is a not divisive, but different sides of the coin. And believe it or not, 2 million people have already early voted in Georgia. And they're not supposed to count these votes, so nobody knows if it's true or not. But real voting's on Tuesday, and as of now, they're saying Herschel Walker is in the lead. How that could possibly be possible? Again, we're not political as far as MEPA, but if he does win, the Republicans do take control of the Senate. So this is why Obama showed up last night and kind of had to really go off on him, because you can't do stuff like that in politics, attack other people. Not to tell you who to vote for, but 2 million people in Georgia have already voted. It's going to be another swing state type of vote this year in Georgia. Please get out and vote on Tuesday. All right, we're going to start with this today. Obey. Y'all supposed to say Obey Cha.
Obey Cha.
Thank you, Liam.
Obey Cha.
Obey Cha.
Obey Cha.
I see us a year from now. What are we doing a year from now? We're back. We're having
Obey Cha.
Obey Cha. Thank you.
Obey Cha.
It's all good.
Oh, good.
You learning based on what? Rest, trust, what we're doing now, camaraderie, unity. Everybody be themselves. I love it. You are the comedian, Travis. Everybody be themselves. That's the thing. Jeremiah's the alien. Again, I'm learning the nicknames. Also, in real time, and we are not going to spend much time talking about this at all, but Kanye West is being canceled. He lost $2 million this week for saying the word Jew. For saying the word Jew. When he was saying slavery was a choice, his money was growing. Slavery is a choice. Black people chose to be slaves. Nobody said nothing. He went on his Twitter after 2 years off and put one sentence: DEFCON 3, Jews. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is right after that, Kyrie Irving promoted a book on his Instagram. On his Twitter. Didn't even promote it, just posted the link to it. Hebrews to Negroes. Look at how forcefully Jews, I'm saying the word Jews on this broadcast. The Jews protect their names, protect their culture. Look how unfortunately we protect ours. Slavery is a choice. He's still making more money. When we come out next year, or starting next year to go back into physical meetings, and we're promoting Igede in Nigeria and African culture in a way that the Jews promote their own culture, which there's nothing wrong with that. But we still will face opposition because it's always been opposition to us loving ourselves. Let's go back. W.E.B. Du Bois, Souls of Black Folk, 1903, 119 years ago. After the Egyptian and the Indian, the Greek and the Roman, the Teuton and the Mongolian, 6 types of people. The Negro, American Negro, is a sort of 7th son, born with a veil, gifted with second sight. This is one of the most smartest Black men of his time. He's not referring to himself. He's referring to all of us with love. The American Negro is gifted with a second sight in this American world, a world which yields him no true self-consciousness, but only lets him see himself through the revelation of the other world. It is a peculiar sensation, a double consciousness, the sense of always looking at, I'm going to use this sense of always looking at myself through the eyes of other people, of measuring my soul by the tape of a world that looks on in amused contempt and pity. One ever feels his two-ness, an American and a Negro, 2 souls, 2 thoughts, 2 unreconciled strivings, 2 warring ideals in one dark body, whose dog strength alone keeps from being torn asunder. We talked about this once. Now what's happening? There are some American Negroes that are fully adapted into American culture. And here we come as American Negroes promoting African culture. Igede. These are 2 warring ideals that will play themselves out in politics or in the city of South Fulton as we attempt to build something different than what we've been given that's not working for us. Last weekend when we had MEPA, I was in Orlando. Right after the MEPA meeting, I hooked up with my boy Darren. He's not on this morning. But I want to show you guys something. I never met Darren before, except on these Zooms. It was quite a experience to see this man in person, to actually connect with him. He was down there on the Alpha convention, Alpha Phi Alpha, Greeks. I said, Darren, how many alphas are there in America? Oh man, it's probably over 100,000. Over 100,000 Black people connecting around Greek, Roman culture. What does it say? After the Egyptian and the Indian, the Greek and the Roman. What MEPA is, what Igede is, we're stepping up this 7th son for our future, fighting for the future of our children. But we are going to borrow from the Greeks and the Romans.
Who is this?
KB.
Oh, really?
Stop. Stop. It looks like a boom mic. It looks like a boom mic. It's a dust. Stop! I can sneeze like that. Don't let me drown.
I got a lot to do.
y'all going to get my glasses?
So you never knew what was in it. Well, worse yet, you didn't even know you had it. Somebody put it in the closet before you could see it, and you went through life not knowing that you'd ever received that gift. Well, what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that many of the people in this room are listening around the world right now. If you're moving like me,
I'm bumping Jesus music in my old school. He made me a son. Shout out to my old dude. High beams on every time I roll through, and I'm just repping Christ, boy, like I'm supposed to. I'm killing it. 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 I'm killing it.
Hop up in the club. I'm gone now. In the zone. Car fast, but I drive slow. Turned up, I'm too cool and fun though.
Hop up in my whip, I'm gone now. Music up, I'm zoned out. Car fast, but I drive slow. Turned up, I'm too cool, I'm fine so. Satin black.
Okay, we are live at Full Sail Studios 2022. We gonna get it, you know. We gotta. That's why we here. Hey, I mean, actually, she's coming for the film career. The next Christopher Nolan is a black woman. Booyah! I'm shifting in 2022. Not this time. I could probably get 10 folk, you know. I could. More like 12. Bible says I could chase 1,000, but 2 can chase 10,000. 3 chase 1,000,000. 12 chase the globe. That's what we doing. Disciples did it. Disciples did it in the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. While we in America trying to duplicate and replicate, making more money than somebody else, but not this time.
Gold all in my watch, gold all in my grill. I got skeletons in my closet, so what you see ain't real. Yeah, what you see ain't real.
Had to, you know, take the producer's jacket off. On a Friday in October. I don't know what I just saw. It was a group of millennials or Generation Z children, whites, blacks, Hispanics, some mix of black and something, calling each other niggers. You know, 40, 43, 42, 41 years ago, I experienced an abandonment episode in my life where I was wanting someone to be there and they weren't there. Drove me to loneliness, drove me to a bunch of destructive behavior internally, but not today. This group of individuals that I'm speaking of, not limited to myself, it's a team of equal opportunity producers. We say not today. Not today, Satan. Yeah, yesterday. Maybe the day before. Possibly a year ago. Definitely 10 years ago. 15 years ago. Started 20 years ago, but not today.
Joe Robot. Again, guys, these type of questions in the summit.
The things that you mentioned, it's got me thinking to where it made me take a look at myself again, to where the carefulness that you're speaking about, that's really important, because as you mentioned, people are getting X'd out. As you get into the media and the things that we say, as you mentioned, it's really important on what we say.
Influence. Influence is the capacity to impact one's environment, people, and circumstances through presence, performance, personality, and competence. The second one's even more important. Influence is earned over time through consistent commitment and dedication to a personal goal, or in our instance, a group goal, conviction, discipline, or cause at the expense of self-preservation. I wasn't even speaking on these Zooms when I first got on Method. My life was a mess. Over time, through connection with Marcus and Jeremiah, this platform was allowed.
So you're asking the same question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This year, the role has been kind of facilitated through CLT. I believe we've been more in charge of organizational stuff, preparing documents, and that such sort of thing. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of
there's two questions.
Okay, what's the other one?
Do you believe what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're on mute.
Let's see, how can I put this? My unique role is leadership, direction, and influence.
Influence, okay.
The second question is, do I believe what I'm saying? Yes, I do believe what I'm saying. If I didn't believe, I wouldn't say it. This is yearly the alien. Not proved isn't it?
As been said before, like my fresh perspective, I guess, my young perspective on things and the way I can learn from you guys. I still haven't taken the more distinct role of offering more streams of income and, making that presentation to you guys. But I think that would be my more distinct role, is offering more streams of income to the people here.
They call it elevator pitch, 10 to 15, bro.
Of course.
Or as short as 5, but I'm saying get it together.
Definitely.
Get it together. This is your time this year. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mason. King Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm just joining, so I'm trying to know what I can do to be a benefit, but I am a leader and I am an influence as well.
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Lemuel, what is your unique role in MEPA, and do you believe what you're saying?
My unique role in MEPA, I don't know as of yet, but my strength is leadership and just to, help out any way I can.
Do you believe what you're saying?
Yes, I believe what I'm saying. Nobody else would believe unless I believe by myself.
I'm going to challenge you because, I know you a long time and I believe what you're saying. So good. You said leadership. Elaborate on your leadership.
And my leadership in Lemuel is I could lead anybody because of my leadership of what I've been through in life. And you already know. So.
Keys to self-love. Not someone else loving me or getting some applause from you guys for motivation. No, self-love. So Lim should be able to say, to me, the best example of this ever was The Rock. When The Rock was wrestling, he referred to himself in the third person. The Rock this, The Rock that, jabroni. The Rock is about to do this. We are coming out of the gate, out the blocks, running, loving ourselves, refusing to be falsely humble. I love myself. I applaud my own growth in the last 3 years. I have grown. Like I said, am I where I need to be? No, life is progress. But I can look back 3 years ago and say, nah, I don't care what nobody says. Growth has occurred. I can look at my children and see growth has occurred because they're getting older. But one of the keys to all of our answers, or what we're trying to communicate, is self-love. We love ourselves.
I believe that what I say should not only be words, but it should be an experience based on what has been produced. I believe that if you really believe what you say, should be some action behind it. I believe that there's been some action based on this thing called MEPA that was birthed out of a whole lot of pain in my life, based on the 7 Ps. I believe that you really shouldn't have to ask me what I believe. You should be able to see the results of it. You know, the Bible says faith, without faith it's impossible to believe God, and whatever you believe, whatever your belief system is. You don't want to get into that today. I don't want to tell people to walk off. But I believe it should be seen more than heard. Tell me, Mason, what happened to all them shoes that you normally have that you can't see your back wall? That mean you sold out almost, or you going in a different, you're believing in another direction, or you tell me what's up.
So, you know, with selling on Amazon, it's mainly a volume game, right? So it's mainly about the amount of shoes that you can move at one time. So, I mean, these shoes on the back of the wall, it's like, it's about the same, maybe amount of shoes, maybe a little bit less, but I have to like restack like a lot of inventory, put it back up, take it down, ship it out. So it's just replenishing the Great Wall of China, if you want to call it that, over and over. And I guess that goes towards what I believe or what action I take.
Do you your opinion from Millennium, do you think or do you practice, does making money help you to believe in what you do?
I think taking action in any way towards your goal makes me believe in what I do. Whether it's, you know, 1 step at a time, 2 steps at a time, 3 steps at a time, I think step by step, taking action towards your goal makes me believe more and more every day and pushes me towards what I believe in. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Are you saying it's an incentive for you to believe?
Yeah, I would call that.
So behind your belief system, there is an incentive to drive you. So you practice it. And the result of it is money. How much, on the low end, how much would a pair of sneakers cost in your inventory on the low end?
On the low end, on the really low end, it'll be like only like $50, but I could be making $20, $30 per pair off of the low end. On the
what about the high end?
High end?
Yeah. What is the most you ever sold a sneaker for?
$1,550.
$1,500.
Yes.
And what was the profit?
I got it for like $200.
So you made a $1,300 profit off a sneaker.
Yes, sir.
And that helped you to believe in it, right?
For sure, it definitely helped me believe
it. Do anybody see where I'm going with this? Anybody see where I'm going? Do anybody have any visionaries on here? You see, because this is faith in action. I didn't ask Mason what church he goes to. I didn't ask Mason, well, how many times you pray a day. I didn't ask Mason, do he speak in tongues? I didn't ask him any of that. I asked him about his inventory because I see his inventory because for the most part, if you see him earlier months, you don't even see that wall at all. So I asked him based on what I see, based on the result, based on him paying everything in cash, and based on him that I've never said Jesus, nor did I say God. I asked him what he believed. And what he believed is that he could sell sneakers for 50, and that's not many, I believe. He could sell for $1,500 and make a $1,200 profit. Does your belief system make you causes you to push you out of where you are? Or does your belief system cause you to have fear and not go towards what you see? I'm asking somebody else that. Thank you, Mason. Does your belief system do that?
Okay, well, I'll say both. For me, it's both. It gets results, and I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of?
Afraid of success and afraid of failure.
Well, how can you, let me ask you this. Did you learn anything from the things that you failed?
Oh, yeah.
Or you didn't fail? If you fail, life is a lesson.
DB, King,
I'm here. I'm not DB. That's my mentee, man.
That's gonna be my. I know. You know the routine, man. Close us out, bro. Thank you all again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to say, hey, Frosty said something that we just went straight over our heads. I want to commend you, sir, because you have to have been at a certain point of deliverance and knowing yourself confidently and strong and with an as a matter of fact attitude. You know what I'm saying? To be able to say and testify what you just shared with us, man. I know people that, they've gone through situations like that, and they take it to their grave. They're like, I don't care what happened in life. I'm not sharing that at all. But I'm saying that to say, Frosty, I commend you for that, man, because that shows that if you haven't received all your healing in it, you are darn close to it. And if you already haven't gotten there, and I want to salute you on that. I don't want to just pass that by like it's just a fly by night.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. I really do. But over the
Absolutely,
years,
man.
I have them moments to where it's like, I call it the black hours, where it seemed like it just comes back and haunts you.
Exactly.
And you can continue to get help, but it's still gonna continue to haunt you. So what do you do when it does haunt you?
We're actually done.
When it wants to try to resurface of what you have went through. So I share that to the brothers that's on here, and I share it with you guys because I trust you guys. And then not only that, it helps me out a lot to continue to keep pushing forward and striving. And it's called not being in denial when it happens, and y'all here to help one teach one.
Yeah, that's real.
And that was a part of me moving the mass when that topic came about.
Absolutely. So everybody, thank y'all for coming to the meeting, man. Malcolm, thank you for hosting. Coach, you already know. Every time you come with these questions, man, it is always thought provoking and challenging, and it makes us rethink and think. And is much appreciated. Love you guys, and let's get ready for this summit.
Thank you, Jay. Jeremy, you all have a great day. Peace, blessings, and wholeness.